Alright, so boom, keeping up the story and shit. Yeah, around that time, like my dad was really shitting on me. Like he really told me, like, yeah, you're not gonna do nothing. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be a drug addict just because I smoke bud. Like, but like I think he don't really understand it. Like, I mean, I get it. And my dad was really like out there. You feel me? Like, my dad was really big body when it came to that shit. Apparently. Like my son was bucked up at Telemundo, you know what I'm saying? My dad ain't no little body. But we're gonna talk about that another day. Real shit though, it's like the world automatically like was shitting on me because it's like, damn, this nigga really. For me, like I was just even doing Uber Eats and I was living in my dad crib, like sleeping in the same bed as my little brother. And it's just tough, man, because it's like I'm just making enough money to kind of pay for whatever I gotta do, like for the day. Like I go out to drink with my friend Vivi, you feel me? Like at the end of the day, which is whatever. Like to me, I was just chilling with people. But I got my unit that I fucked with and I chill with and I'm with it all the time. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I still myself out the streets because I ain't gonna lie, I had my good lesson on that. I could talk about it some other day. But real shit though, like yeah, that happened and I went to Job Corps, man, and by the time the rile up of that happened, my birthday, I turned 23, man. That's a tough birthday for me, man, because, man, I got out the Marine Corps and I had like probably like $200 to my name. Nah, I had more. I had like a rack to my name, my bad. It's just I was killing myself doing Uber Eats, working up to go to Vermont. Like, I'm like, all right, fuck it, man. Like, I gotta do this. And, real shit, man, like, it was tough. Like, my dad took me out to eat. I felt like shit that day, man. Most of the people I thought would say happy birthday to me didn't. Only my select few group, you feel me? My clique did, Shorty did. Uh, Everybody else, you feel me? Like my real mans did, you know what I'm saying? Like my close knit group, but like social media was shut down that day. My birthday fell on the day where like that. I don't know if y'all remember that day in 2021 where everything was shut down, Facebook, everything. And like I guess that's really what it is. Most people find out about your birthday through that, but whatever. And that happened. I didn't even post about my birthday or nothing. And like it's crazy though. My dad really told me, he's like, I was telling him about the stock market and shit. He's like, yo, you so smart, but you got nothing to prove for it. Like just really shitted on me on my birthday, real shit. Like that shit made me like, damn, like I would say his words, but it's just such a damn, like you really saying that to your son, like it's crazy. Like and then like I went to see my little nephew for my birthday, and then, you know, my stepbrother, he forgot it was my birthday, I ain't gonna lie. It's crazy, because I went to see my nephew, and I'm thinking he was gonna be there, I know he didn't say nothing. But when I get there, like, he wasn't even there. Like, I was like, damn, I thought I was gonna see you. But I saw my nephew for my birthday, because I really fuck with my nephew. I love that little nigga. Now that I'm situated better, I'm definitely gonna bless him. Like, I definitely want to bless him. And it's crazy because, you know, that birthday was pretty shitty, but it showed me, like, who really rock with me. Like, as I keep ascending, it shows me who's really there for me type shit. And those are situations that keep, like, building your character, like, that's the part of the journey, like, you need to see before you get up, like, alright, this is the nigga I'ma fuck with, this the nigga I'ma fuck with. And real shit though, like, I went through, man, I went to Vermont, I was just fucking tight. I was like, fuck, man, I'm going back to school. Zero, like, nothing. Like, I got like a rack and a half, like, almost 2 racks, I think. Situate me for the next couple of months. They told me that shit was gonna take a year. I was like, alright, bet. They said the fastest somebody did it was 6 months. I was like, I bet I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna kill it, man. And it's crazy because I got there and I was part of the first group that they didn't quarantine because I was vaccinated. I actually got my full vaccination before I got there just because of that. And that happens. Backtracking a little bit, like, actually, I'll tell you that story another time. But yeah, I took my full vaccination, so I get in there. And I ain't gonna lie, I get there. I'm real quiet. I do what I gotta do. I ain't give a fuck about nobody, nothing. It's like when I really started just grinding. Like, I get there, my first day, right? I don't know nothing about welding, man. I went there for welding. And everybody coming up to me like, yo, everything's gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay. Just take time. It took us a while. It took us like a week to get this through. I'm like, yeah, okay. I get there. I already spoke to my instructor. I was like, so like shooting fundamentals, right? Because you gotta put a electrode, which is the part that you weld, like the metal that you weld on the plates, on the electrode holder. So I was like, all right, shooting fundamentals. So I just took my Marine Corps knowledge on that, put it on that, boom. And immediately, I ain't gonna lie, like it took maybe like 10-20 minutes for me to like actually get it right. First day, crazy. This is the crazy part. I get there, I just go at it. I see, like, I just didn't give a fuck about nothing. I put headphones on, go. Started welding. By my first day, I was done with the first plate. Because he's like, you know, you start off like that. I mean, yeah, I don't know, but my school, they started you off flat. Then, you know, you start off vertical, like all this other shit. You got to do a whole bunch of shit, right? So, boom, I passed that. Second day, I come to the next level. I do it like this. Pass it first day. Third day, gotta weld overhead like that. Pass it the first day. Fourth day, pass it the first day. Like, niggas is looking at me like, yo, hold up. And you feel me? Then they had this test that you gotta take, which I couldn't finish because the Wi-Fi they gave me for the laptop was fucked. And I'm like, all right. They're like, yo, listen, they had to do some hours or whatever to study, blah, blah, blah. Or like after class. And I'm like, yo, fuck that. How many hours I gotta do? 40? All right. Give me class every single day, all class, till I get this done. And you have to do, I wasn't 40 hours, it was 80 hours. So that Friday, I told him to do that, right? And I'm like, yo, my online classes count? He's like, yeah. That Saturday, no, that same Friday, I took a nap, woke up, did 10 hours straight into Saturday, all right, of online classes. Then after that, I did another 16 hours after that. From Saturday, I slept like maybe like 5 hours. Then I did that 16 hours all the way into Sunday night, right? Until Sunday morning, right? Took a nap, whatever. Then Sunday did another 12 hours. So I was already like ahead of the game. The niggas is looking at me like, oh, hold on, what? Did my class, get off class, took a nap, another 5 hours. Kept doing that, and by Thursday, I was already at 80 hours type shit. It's kind of crazy how I did that, like that. Because the 8 hours of class counts, and then the 5 hours, you know what I'm saying, it just all added up real fast. So I did a lot of hours really fast. By that Friday, it was like I was over already. My bad, not Thursday. By that Friday, I was already over by the end of the day. So I ended up taking my test that Monday, and some lady was like, I'm like, oh, you know, I'm gonna take this test and I'm gonna pass it, you know? And she was like, oh, you know, not a lot of people pass it, blah, blah, blah. Passed their first go. Boom. Niggas already looking at me like, okay, this nigga's about business. So I passed it in a week. Niggas take months to pass that shit. I was like, suck my dick. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Come back to welding. Start killing shit. I go home for Thanksgiving for like a week. Come back. Start killing shit. Go back home for Christmas, and then I actually got quarantined. I was quarantined for like a month. Nigga, took me another 2 months. I was done. I was already accepted to advanced school, whatever. I'm already like, all right, I see we're working. Just keep fucking working and do whatever. I get to Kansas. My advanced school was in Kansas, right? So I went to TCU advanced school, and this is another Job Corps type shit. You know what I mean? Reason I like Job Corps because it was free compared to what the other VA options were. So I had to pay for tuition and shit. They go for dormant and shit. I didn't have to pay tuition. But dormant would have been expensive. But real shit though, I went to fucking Kansas, and they're like, yo, I'm like, what's the fastest somebody's finished this program? They say, yo, 3.5 months, and then you gotta get a job. I was like, all right, I'm trying to get out of here in 3 months. And they're like, the head instructor is like, it's too much work to do, you know, just take your time, do what you gotta do. I was like, all right, bet. I get there on a Tuesday. Get there on a Tuesday night. On Wednesday, I meet my classmates and shit. I shake everybody's hand. I see niggas watching YouTube, whatever, chilling. I'm like, oh, that's what we doing? Cool. Immediately get to the books. You got to take a whole bunch of tests. Immediately get to the books. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, what I got wrong? I got this right? I got this something. Pass, pass, pass. All of a sudden, from that Wednesday, mind you, that Wednesday I was signing papers running all over the place. From that Wednesday to that Friday, I passed every single test that they had, which was like 27 tests. Everything. I did it all. And these niggas that were there for 8, 9, a year plus didn't finish that shit. So already people looking at me like, okay, this nigga about business. Shit happened like that. And then I do everything else. I'm like, yo, there's a curriculum after you take the test that you gotta finish. And one weekend, it was Memorial Day weekend. And one weekend, right, which is, since it's Memorial Day weekend, it was like more like 5 days because I took that Friday and we had 4 days off type shit. So I took a nap on Friday, wake up, every half hour I'm doing push-ups and I'm just going at it, finish. So by the end of that weekend, I was already 38% done with my trade. So I was already 38% done with the curriculum because I did their test, which is a small, like 8% of the curriculum, and then I did all of that shit. So already niggas was looking at me like, hold up. And then I look at everybody there and I'm like, yo, everybody that's under 50%, I'm gonna pass you. Like straight up. Like looked at them, they've been there like 4, 3, 6 months ahead of me. I'm gonna pass you. Cause I put that pressure on myself because then I have no room to fail because you're not gonna look at me like I'm some bitch, you feel me? Point is though, about 2 months, I was already done with everything. Yeah, everything. And I started applying to jobs. And I got a job, which is my job now, in under 3 months. I got my job, took my drug test, did everything, and left in under 3 months. I broke all the records there. So, like, you feel me? Like, I already figured out the formula to really work hard and keep it going. Like, you know? And now that I'm here, this is more like of a slower tempo. You know, I can't really just, there's not like a curriculum or anything here. But it's just learning, and I'm making my money. I work for Canadian Pacific as a carman. If y'all want to know how much I get paid, I can just look it up. Y'all found it. It's very lucrative, and I'm in the first place in my life that I honestly say I don't need to smoke. That's a big thing for me, man. I never in my life thought I could say that about anything. Like, oh, I'm never gonna need to smoke again. But yeah, this is that shit, man. I don't ever need to smoke again. But real shit, man, like, my whole point with all of that is your trials and tribulations is all about how you make it. It's my little background story for the past, like, years, how I got to this point. It's been a lot of hard work. I mean, I moved out here in Minnesota by myself. I don't ask my parents for help. I don't ask my dad for help. I don't ask my mom for help. I don't ask nobody for help. And it's tough, man. I ain't gonna lie, Shorty been helping me, though. Because it's my Shorty, you feel me? Shorty definitely. Shout out to you, Shorty. You know the vibes. But yeah, like, real shit, like, life is good, man. Like, it's getting better. I've only been here 2 months. I got a truck fully paid off. We got accepted to my apartment. We coming, bro. Like, summer gonna be crazy. Now we doing this shit, man. I'm gonna start getting more interviews for you guys. Start getting more people knowledgeable. And once I get the apartment, the quality of these videos are gonna go up. And we're gonna do things, man. And we coming up. I'm gonna come in for 7 different angles, but I'm coming for everything and everyone. That excluding you, man. Like, you watching this, I'm coming for you too. And you better come for me, man. If there's anything you're gonna learn from me in this fucking YouTube, is that we gonna come for it. Pause. Like big pause. But we're gonna come for everything. Pause. Like we're gonna go for the world. We're gonna grab it by his fucking neck and tell her you are my bitch. Like, cause at the end of the day, man, like you are not competing. And I learned this from somebody that I used to watch on YouTube. Like, I ain't gonna say his name for in case somebody gets triggered, but he said it. He's like, the CEOs don't work 40 hours a week. They work 80, you know? And real shit, it doesn't take too much for you to just keep going and do it. So much love. I'll see y'all tomorrow.